Introduction to Air Conditioning Systems. Air Processing Devices. We have just learned the common classifications of air conditioners. The most common classification method is according to refrigerant medium. We generally categorize air conditioners as either air-cooled or chilled water. Air-cooled air conditioners are widely applied because of their convenience and flexible layout. However, each unit has a relatively low cooling capacity. As far as Huawei products are concerned, the maximum cooling capacity is 100 kilowatts, and it is not suitable for large-scale cooling. Due to the use of chilled water in the heat exchange section of the chilled water air conditioner, water heat transfer can greatly reduce the technical problems caused by refrigerant directly participating in the heat exchange, and it is also a very efficient heat exchange method. However, we must remain aware of the risks of water leakage and uneven cooling in such a large-scale water system. In this section, we focus on air processing devices and explain the principles and characteristics of common air processing devices. Heat and humidity treatment equipment mainly includes direct contact and indirect contact. The main principle is whether the heat and humidity exchange medium is in direct contact with air. A direct contact processing device, for example, an electrode humidifier, the water inside the humidification tank is heated to boiling, then sprayed into the air through the relevant pipe to humidify the air. Another example is the wet film humidifier, which carries air through a wet film, then distributes this humid air to humidify the room. Indirect contact processing devices are more common. For example, our air conditioner evaporators and radiators. When air flows through the surface through a certain airflow, convective heat exchange occurs with the fin surfaces, increasing or decreasing the air temperature. This process is called indirect heat exchanger because the air is not in direct contact with the heat exchange medium. The next few pictures are all indirect contact processing devices. The more common ones are surface heat exchangers, which mainly include air heaters and air coolers. The principle is to let the heat medium or refrigerant flow through the inner cavity of the metal pipe, and the air to be treated flows through the outer wall of the metal pipe. Heat exchange is performed to heat or cool the air. This type of heat exchanger is widely used in the industry. There are many ways to humidify air: water spray chamber humidifier, dry steam humidifier, electric humidifier, electrode humidifier, infrared humidifier, ultrasonic humidifier, high-pressure spray humidifier, and wet film humidifier. Only the electrode humidifier and the infrared humidifier are described here. The electrodes of an electrode humidifier form a loop with water in a humidifier cylinder. The electrode humidifier heats the water until it boils and evaporates as steam. The amount of moisture generated by a humidifier is controlled by adjusting the level of water in the humidifier cylinder in use. Huawei 25 kilowatts or 35 kilowatts in-row precision air conditioner uses an electrode humidifier. Infrared humidification is characterized by rapid response to humidification and increased humidification power. Because water molecules and infrared rays can effectively generate vibration, this method of humidification does not require boiling water. However, the requirements for water quality are relatively high, and a special humidifying water tray is required. A high-pressure microfog humidifier uses a high-pressure plunger pump to increase the water pressure to 7 megapascal, and then the pressurized water can be atomized by a professional nozzle to produce 3 to 15 micrometer microfog particles, so that it can quickly absorb heat from the air to perform vaporization and diffusion, cooling and humidifying the air. Application case: Facebook's data center micro-mist humidification system. In addition, dry steam humidifiers have been used in some applications, which require a stable steam supply. Wet film humidifiers use the principle that water evaporates and absorbs heat. Water is sprinkled on the filler made of absorbent material. When the air is treated by the air flowing through the filler, the water absorbs heat from the air and vaporizes into the air to humidify it during cooling. A refrigeration dehumidifier, or freeze dehumidifier, is the standard type. The basic principle is that water vapor is cooled by cooling copper tube fins to form water droplets. This liquefaction process turns gaseous water into liquid water, removing humidity from the air. Rotary dehumidifier is an important air conditioning technology. It is a typical representative of heating and dehumidification. It performs absorption, heating, and dehumidification. Humidification and dehumidification are two important processes in air treatment. We must carefully understand both. That's all for this section. Thanks for watching.